Welcome to another SEO lesson. In today's lesson, I want to cover something that's going to be vital to your long-term search engine rankings: the content. What is the content? Well, it's that stuff that actually makes up your website. Your articles, blogs, forums, videos, all that stuff. That's your content. Now, I'll admit that in the past I used to be a fan of using as much automation as possible to build a website. Today, however, I'm singing a very different tune, and for good reason. That crap doesn't work anymore. Now, when you're building crappy websites with automated software, something you just quickly threw together, you're really severely limiting your website's potential. Now, you might be able to fool people in the search engines for a little bit, but sooner or later, you're going to be found out, and at that point, well, all the stuff you did then doesn't matter anymore, and you're going to have to start over from scratch. To help me illustrate this point, let's pretend you're opening a shoe store. Now, to get people to visit your shoe store for its grand opening, you decide that you're going to go visit everywhere. You're going to advertise on TV, radio, newspaper. You're going to go door to door, put flyers on people's doors. And you're going to go all out because you want people to visit your store. Now, when the big day comes, you did your job. You've got people waiting outside for your store to open. I mean, these people start pouring in just as soon as you unlock the doors. However, there's a problem. There's no shoes in your shoe store. No, instead, when people come in, you're trying to pitch everyone on why they need to buy a timeshare. Now, do you think people are going to stick around? Well, heck no. People are going to be pissed off. And some of these angry folks aren't just going to leave. Well, no. They're going to report you to the FCC for false advertising. And if you don't clean up your act in a hurry, you'll be out of business. Now, let's move back to the online world, the internet. And instead of all this advertising, let's say that you went and used all the methods in my ultimate traffic blueprint to build yourself a ton of links because you want to rank well in the search engines. And as a result of those links, you've gotten yourself a whole bunch of traffic to the website. Now, let's just use that shoe example again. This time you've got a shoe website. And you're advertising your site as a place to get shoe reviews and shoe buying guides. However, when people visit, all they see is a bunch of advertisements and other crappy stuff, but no shoe reviews. Now, do you think people are going to stick around? No. Do you think these people are going to recommend their sites to their friends? No again. And just like our shoe store example, some of these people are going to report you. Not to the FCC this time, but to the search engines for being considered a spam site. And once the search engines deem your site to be crap, all those links you've gotten aren't going to do jack for your search engine rankings because you're going to be heavily penalized or banned right out. Now, once that happens, you got to start over, and all that time, effort, money that you put into your website is wasted. Now, I'll be covering several methods for getting links in future videos, but I wanted to talk about content first, because your linking efforts are going to be less effective, if not wasted, if you're not focused on quality content for your website. Now, hopefully I persuaded you that quality content is important. So, let's move on to what makes up good content. Good content isn't hard. It can be a lot of things. It can be educational, interesting, opinionated, controversial, it could be news, reviews, it could be funny, commentary, contrarian, accusational, and the list goes on and on and on. It's usually an article or a blog post, but could very easily be video, audio, or pictures. Now, when it comes to creating your content, and specifically writing it, don't concern yourself with things like keyword density or optimizing your articles for certain phrases. When you're trying to incorporate all that search engine optimization stuff, you typically sacrifice the readability of what you're writing. Now, one last thing about content. You always need to have a steady stream of new stuff to add. Search engines like sites that are updated frequently. So, give them what they want. Update your site on a regular basis. If you have a blog, well, that's probably the easiest way to keep adding fresh content, but certainly not the only way. Alright, well, that's content. Remember, quality first. In my next lesson, I will cover the link building process, but I wanted to make sure that you understand that quality content is important on your website. Well, thanks for watching this ultimatetrafficblueprint.com SEO lesson. I'm Gary Ruplinger, and I will see you for our next lesson, the link building process. Thanks for watching.